Welcome to another Azzy's Guide for Guild Wars 2, or at least the beta versions of Guild Wars 2. We are all still hoping and praying for a launch date, but until that date comes, I can only make videos based off of beta gameplay and my beta experiences. So things may or may not change between now and the time that the game launches, and we are hoping it launches sooner than later. Today I wanted to address a particular concern about World v World, and that was the aspect of being spawn camped. I will explain some things you could do or try to do, but more so I really wanted to point out that, and I believe most players don't quite know this yet, that there are 3 exits per portal keep or border keep or whatever keep you use to get onto a map. Where you spawn from, your main spawn point, the sewer gates are there, da 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 da, and there are 3 exits out of each of those keeps. So, or they're not really keeps. So I guess the border forts or whatever you're gonna call it. And let me just explain briefly what I mean. A lot of times players say, for instance, out of this, spawn point, they're leaving their map and they're spawn out here to attack, say, like the lake tower right here. As they're coming out, there could be a whole bunch of enemies right here just spawn camping them. Like, oh, you come out and we're gonna kill you. I don't know why people spawn camp, because if you are near your particular border keep, like right around, let me delete this, right around the close area, immediately next to it, like right around here, you're invulnerable. The spawn keep or the portal keep gives you or grants you slight invulnerability while you're like within its proximity. And they have legendary guards that are stationed around here that'll blow away your opponents in one shot. But players like to stand there and spawn camp, I guess. Or they might set up siege weapons further back and, just totally try to demoralize you from coming out of your camp. But what I really wanted to demonstrate was that there are 3 exits out of each of these little places. So let me go and take a closer look at each one of them. For the southeast corner portal camp or portal keep, most players come running right down these stairs and come out the middle over here, and there be bears right over here, just a warning. A lot of bears right here, so please don't run and hug this right wall. You're gonna get bear mugged as you go to Red Lake. But if that's getting camped, there are 2 additional paths. One is from right here. You could follow this path and actually follow all this water all the way down over here. There's a small little river waterfall that leads down to the red water or whatever water lowlands supply camp. There is a cliff right here, so once you jump down off that point, you can't get back up. And lo and behold, there's actually legendary guards that are stationed right about this area here. So that is just like a quick alternate exit number 2 out of the southeast camp. The other one is this path here, which leads you all the way to Heroes or Champs or Victor's Lodge, the most southern supply camp. So that's another way out. And hopefully, this will educate players in case they didn't know that. For the southwest camp, there are also 3 ways out. And now so it's very obvious. But of course, the most obvious is to run right out here, da 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 da, and you head off to the Briar camp. Again, you could also take this path down to the south center camp. Again, it's either Heroes, Champs, or Victors. And of course, this one's a little more trickier because people don't believe me when I tell them that. You could take this path up here, and it leads you to right behind Blue Veil Refuge. And again, there's going to be a cliff right here that if you drop down, you can't get back up. This also means, because of this cliff area, you could set up technically some siege weapons up here, like ballistas, and just blow the hell out of like Blue Veil in case like enemies are down there or something, or they try to take it. Likewise, also at the lowlands, you could set up some weapons up here. And if you really, really want to, you could try do like trebs and catapults, and we'll take a peek. That was not what I meant to do. That's also not what I meant to do. So like from up here, catapults could reach, um, if you set up on the cliffside, that could actually reach like Redwater lowlands. Same thing if you set it up here. You could actually reach like the little guys down there, like the characters. Or you could drop players down and kind of bait, like the supervisors and the guards over to your cliffside, which gives, of course, the spawning points a greater advantage over these two supply camps because they got the higher ground and they got the ability to like shoot down on it and stuff. And you know, so again, 3 exits out of each of these camps. I'll pop over to well, I guess we could do the Citadel, but I mean, Citadel, there's all these places you could drop down. So let's go back to the pen. Of course, if you wanted to go the very traditional route, out of the Citadel, let me zoom in a little bit. You come out here, you go down these stairs, and you drop down the cliff, and then you're out. This side, same thing. You come out over here, follow the pathway. You come all the way down here. Okay, you're good. Or you could drop down over here and try to drop down without dying. You could do that. You could go all the way north, come out this gate, You could drop down anywhere along these cliff sides. That's where the little blue line is. And if you drop down those cliff sides, you should be relatively safe and not die unless you're like doing that one that might kill you. But if you jump down from the house, you should be fine. This is like the house that you could build the trebuchet on. And people finally are noticing this, like, oh look, I could build a trebuchet in the house. No one could touch me. Let's blow away this gate. Let's blow away this tower with the trebuchet. Blah blah blah. So of course, from the Citadel, there's all these different exit points out. If you really want to take it, of course, it takes you more runtime to get down to more significant targets. But I don't think you could really get spawn camped too badly at the Citadel unless you're being attacked by Team Legacy, and somehow, some way, they actually broke in with their entire force and decimated like this whole area here because they're just so pro that way. Let's jump to the Eternal Battlegrounds. Okay, we are over at the Eternal Battlegrounds. Oh no, I made this too big. Whoops, now I made it too small. What we'll look at is the three different spawn points for Eternal Battlegrounds. The first one we're going to look at is the red hills or whatever, the red side, the red color. I kept calling it Red Keep, and people are saying, no, it's Overlook. Call it Overlook. Don't call it Red Keep. I'm like, it's red. That's where we came from. And, so I now try to call these keeps by their proper names. But anyways, out of Red Shard, of course, the main way is out here. You could take this path up here and then drop your way down to over here. Head out over here. You could take this path over here, which I actually filmed myself running, which was kind of crazy. There's these 2 outlooks here, and then a third one here. These 2 drop down, so if you want to get to this tower, this one drops you down here, and you can run down here to Spelden's Clear Cut. So that's the 3 exits out of the red border keep. We will go to blue. From blue, if you look carefully on this map, there's this like little path here. It leads you out all the way over here if you want. From here, you could run up to this tower. And that's about it. Or you can go behind the tower, go to Umber. The main path, of course, is right out here. Usually, if enemies have blue keep, there's a lot of fighting right over here. If I were you and I was fighting for blue keep, keeping the blue players out, I would set up a defense right here. I would not cross the bridge and come over. A lot of times players fight them all the way over to the bridge, and then they hit the spawn camp, then they get killed. It kind of sucks. So you might just want to hold them at the bridge. The third way out, I think, is if you come out here from Langwar's Gulch. I think you come from the back. And then you could hit Danalan's Passage or go to this tower right here. So that's blue. For green, of course, the main path out is here. There's this right here. You have to turn right or you fall. A lot of times, I'm running down this way and I just go straight and I fall in the water and I have to make it all the way around here, which kind of sucks. But green also has like a passage out here and then another passage out here. And so just keep your eye. I think this one's like a long tunnel. And then you come out like somewhere over here or something. But you just need to keep your eye out that there are multiple exits out of a border keep. So a lot of times people think, oh no, there's not that many exits or whatever, but there actually are. And let me give you like one quick strategy that I was thinking of. I don't know how well it'll work, but this is what I was thinking. Like, say for instance, you're here on the southeast border keep. You're getting spawn camped right here, and it's just really tough. Like, they got maybe like a ballista and trebuchets and arrow carts all set up along here, and you just can't break through. One thing you can do is, say, bring a team out, hit heroes, waypoint back in, or bring a team out here, hit red water, get back in. And while you're taking over the place, these players are over here like, hey, what the hell's going on? How come our supply camps are getting hit? Might actually be better to take red water because they have a slightly longer run, in my opinion. Or, if they're dumb, they'll go all the way down this way, which is a longer run than running the hypotenuse. And so if they run over to here, or enough of them run over to here, your remaining forces here, or you could just, waypoint to here and just run out. Or even if you don't want to run, you can build some trebuchets up here. Not trebuchets, I take it out, just ballistas, and blow away their siege equipment. Then you have the dominance, because once they start trying to build up stuff, you can just shoot them down, unless they want to build trebs, and in that case you're wasting a lot of money. But then you could build trebs to counter their trebs, and as long as you build yours ahead of time. Or, if you're really sneaky, you could come down here, or heroes might be better. You set up ballistas and just get them ready, or maybe even up on this hill. And so, like, as players start coming in, you ballista them down. And of course you're going to say, well, how do I get supply? I don't have supply. Hopefully you had supply before you logged out last time, and you just hold on to it. Or, if you take over the supply camp really quick, grab the supply there. There should be like 100 supply or something. And, ballistas are 20 a pop. So if you and your team drop like 2 or 3 ballistas, you could just freaking whoop whoever comes into your area. I really wish I recorded this fight that my friend and I did against a bunch of invaders. Well, not invaders. We're attacking Yak's Bend on their map, and we went and took one of their supply camps. And the rest of our force went north to attack the orb and the northernmost supply camp, but we're holding one of the top midpoint ones. And so my friend and I dropped 2 ballistas, and we held off like 5-6 guys, and it was just hilarious with the ballista play. And so, you could set up ballistas in a supply camp, waiting for the players to come at you, and you could set it up right in the middle where all your guards are, which might be really awesome, because as they come in, they're going to get mobbed by the guards, and you could just totally blow them down. And, they'll catch on quick after like 2-3 times of them getting wiped by you guys, that they should not be attacking you when you have all that ballista there. And you can hold that point, and or start pushing forward, or maybe you have a second team at Redwater, and just deny them supply and slowly work your way out of the map. Could take a red veil or something, a blue veil, whatever veil. And so just be creative, knowing that there are 3 exits per spawn point that could do a lot of fun stuff for you guys. And even say like you come out here, I think you could go all the way around here, run up here, come out from here, and hit like, say, the Astro Home or whatever the supply camp is up here, or even run further up, do a quick disruption run up here. If you take that one and these defenders down here are like, oh my gosh, they just took our northern point, they might leave, especially if there's no action on the map and they own the entire map. So anyways, that's about it for this video. Hope it was at least a little helpful. If not, leave a comment. If it was, leave a comment. Catch you next time.